Here comes British man, buzz, then kind of big at it. Well, not so much, kind of way more than buzz. It's Husey. Hello was a silly name for his show, but it's way too late to change it. It's time for it's Husey. Hello! The name is pronounced Husey, not Husey. And also Ray DeVito stinks and Bruce Springsteen rules, but Bruce doesn't rule as much as Ray DeVito. Oh, stinks. Oasis are better than Bruce, but who actually cares? Because it's under it's Husey. Hello! The H-man doesn't have a weird voice, you do. And so what if he's been drinking?
Every single time I play that song, I forget that it's 90 seconds long. I could have sworn I had a 30-second option, but there we go. So we have got, look at us manly men. We're all going to, we'll do a group grunt to show our manliness. Oh. Nice. So what I'm really excited about this one is because, as you can see in the background here, got my monument to my close friend Anthony Joshua. And just because I think he's handsome, it doesn't mean there's anything more serious than that. But I will admit to it. We are potentially 6 to 7 months away from the biggest fight in the history of boxing. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. It all depends on the results of next Saturday's fight. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. So that will be coming next year, potentially after March. But the person that won't be coming in April anytime soon, of course, is today's lovely guest. I had...
You're the man, Yuzi.
My fucking... On advice of counsel, I cannot answer that introduction.
That's phenomenal.
Well, the lovely Aaron Imholte. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I was better about 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago.
And Dean, where are you from and what is your address? Oh, wait a minute, I can say it in Australian. How you fucking doing?
Thanks for doxing me.
Oh, sorry.
Always love when you go back to calling me by my name and not my moniker. But no, thanks for having me. G'day, Aaron. Nice to meet you.
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now, the reason why I wanted Aaron on is because the last few times we've spoke, the toe, we're always kind of big boxing guys. And I know you know your onions. You know that I like the big heavyweights for, needs. And Dean, of course, Mr. Smith hosts a sports show. I like to call him the Machine. Well, we'll call him Machine from now on because it sounds like his real name, which is Dean. The thing I've got to ask you, Aaron, the first one is, so we're living in this crazy time of boxing where it may actually be the greatest time ever to be a fan because of the businessmen who are spending this insane kind of money. Like, they're literally paying some of these fighters 8 times what they would normally get to be like 7th on the card. The problem with that is they're getting paid 8 times what they would usually get. So, like, apparently Anthony Joshua, by the end of 2025, will have made 180 million from the Saudi fights alone. So he's going to be retired early. So the long-winded question I would have is this actually helping boxing, or is it taking a big steamy one right all over it?
Well, it's helping the fighters. I mean, it doesn't help the fans much. It's going to, I mean, already people complained that world championship fighters fought maybe twice a year. And with the Saudis shelling out the kind of money they are, now you're going to see top 10 contenders only fight once or twice a year if they're fighting in Saudi Arabia. So it's better for the fighters. It's worse for the fans, but it's good. I think ultimately Saudi Arabia's involvement is good for boxing. I mean, they're putting together big fights. For the first time in a generation, we had an undisputed heavyweight title fight. And we may only get, we'll get that fight twice, maybe 3 times, depending on what happens in December. But the money is good. It's making fights happen that couldn't happen before. It's just going to have the unintended consequence of, like you said, Anthony Joshua doesn't have to fight until he's 40. Like we'll never see another Bernard Hopkins again. Not that we would have without the Saudis, but this guarantees it. People won't need to fight into their 40s. They won't need to fight 4 or 5 times a year, which is unfortunate. But the fact that they're putting on these big events and boxing is more visible and we're getting bigger and better fights. We're getting Bivol and Beterbiev. We'll probably get Benavidez and Canelo at some point. It's good that the fights are happening because that was a complaint for a long time. I don't think the Saudis being borderline criminals is really a problem because boxing has been run by criminals forever.
I like the racism, the body shaming.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. It's good and bad, but I think the good outweighs the bad. And then you talk about the fact that the Saudi Crown Prince is talking about putting on world championship pay-per-views for $25 a pop. I think it's ultimately the good will outweigh the bad.
Yeah, because like this fight that's happening next week, AJ versus Double D, get it? They've got this intermission of Liam Gallagher performing, and that the thing that makes that so insane is right now Oasis have reunited and they've announced a giant stadium tour for next year. So the biggest act in the world is the sideshow at this Saudi boxing event. And it's almost like, in a weird way, and I'd like to get your opinion on this, Aussie guy, Dean, is that do you think that this type of Saudi money has made the titles and stuff like that obsolete, if that's even a word? Did I just make that up?
Yeah, I think personally over the years, when you get all these different federations, you got all these different belts, it does make it hard to give a shit when you've got multiple world champions over the years. And yeah, like you say, I think people care about seeing the best fight the best. It has become like a prop in wrestling these days, like the world title fight. You just want to see the best fight the best. And the fact that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua has been held off for so long, it's kind of like Mayweather Pacquiao. Like that fight didn't happen when Pacquiao was in his prime. It happened later, and still a great fight, still a great event, but it didn't happen when we wanted it to happen. So I think, yeah, making it events to where let's just have the best fight the best. Who gives a fuck as long as these guys get paid and all that. I'm down for it. I just want to see Joshua fight Tyson Fury because I think Joshua's the best boxer in the world personally. But yeah.
I didn't know you were going to use foul language during that. That was disgusting. But of course, we mentioned the Fury versus Usyk fight. I don't know if you've seen the stories today, but the talk is that the rematch for December, there's been hinting that it's been cancelled.
Of course. Let me. What happened to Tyson Fury? Was it a hangnail this time?
Are you ready for a hilarious impression of Tyson Fury?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm Tyson Fury. Well, I'll work on it. But the thing about that, so nothing I'm actually doing, he's like, I'm the one true Gypsy King. I will fight anyone who wants to take me on. Well, will you fight Anthony Joshua? No. That's him. But so the question I would say is, what do you think, if this rematch does happen, Fury Usyk, what do you think will happen if Fury loses? And we'll go with Aaron on this. And do you think that Fury was also protected during his career?
I don't think Fury's protected. I think he earned everything he's gotten. I mean, nobody was coming close to beating Vladimir Klitschko before he did. You can say that Vladimir Klitschko was old. He wasn't old in the fight before. I can't remember if it was Pulev or who it was, but the fight he had before Tyson Fury, he wasn't old then. Nobody was talking about Vladimir Klitschko being old until Tyson Fury made him old. Deontay Wilder was, to many people, considered the most dangerous heavyweight on earth. And Tyson Fury in the first fight, coming cold off of multiple years off, arguably won that fight, decimated him in the second, withstood everything Deontay Wilder had, and destroyed him. I mean, destroyed his career in their third fight. I mean, it took someone like Alexander Usyk, who is a special once-in-a-lifetime fighter, to and barely expose any holes there might be in Tyson Fury's game. So I don't think he's protected. I think he's got a great legacy. I do think he should fight Anthony Joshua. We need to know. especially since they've both now been beaten by Usyk. But I don't know. I think if there's a rematch, I think Usyk wins again, and I think he wins by a wider margin. He's a smart fighter. When he sees something, he exposes it. He's very adaptable. I think we're just looking at a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a guy.
Aaron, I know you're from Minnesota. Do you have any Haitian heritage?
I don't. I don't have any Haitian heritage.
Because we got a super chat by Nice Podcast Stupid, which is a rude name. Hey, Steel Toe, why do you want to genocide kittens?
I don't want to genocide kittens. I just have an indifference toward. I don't like cats. I don't like cats, and I really don't care if anything bad happens to a cat. It doesn't. I'm not saying that I actively want something bad to happen to them. If bad things happen to cats, it doesn't concern me.
You have weird and extreme fantasies about the death of cats.
I don't know. In no way do I. If somebody puts forward one towards me, I'm not going to be upset about it.
Okay.
Fair enough. But Dean, also I would say, because you're Mr. Woke these days, you big snowflake. But coming up at the end of the year, we've got Katie Taylor is fighting some other fucking woman, whatever the fuck her big titted cunt name is, on the undercard of this Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. It's pretty much the big thought process is win or lose, she's going to retire because she's getting their biggest payday ever. Outside of Katie Taylor, there's zero marketable names in female boxing. So what do you think happens to the Shaylas once Katie Taylor has retired?
I love a easy question because it takes you on a roller coaster ride. You don't know what the question's going to be at the end. But you try and listen, you try and follow. It's tough for women's sport, and particularly women's boxing. Like, people don't want to see women get punched. Like, it is, it's just one of those things. But I think people are opening up to it more. But like the WNBA, they got Caitlin Clark. She's got a villain in Angel Reese. Angel Reese is playing the Joker to Caitlin Clark's Batman. It's tough. Like you'd think in a sport where there's so many women playing, you could come up with like more than 2 stars. I just think women's sports in general struggles to come up with stars. The MMA thing sort of has continued on, but Ronda Rousey gave it this bump, and I don't think it's ever got back up to that bump. So, it's about finding stars. It's personalities that sell fights. It's not necessarily ability.
Try not to say bump so much around Aaron. You're making his nose hungry.
Apologies.
Oh, I'm living my fantasy, bitch.
So, with that. But Aaron, do you think with the women's combat sports, do you think that that's coming to not an end, but it's going to hit a severe dip?
Well, we've seen Amanda Nunes retire. We're looking at maybe, as you said, the end of Katie Taylor. I think Amanda Serrano's a name people have gotten used to through watching her on Jake Paul undercards. I think maybe the only chance women's boxing has of keeping eyeballs on it is Serrano beats Katie Taylor in this next fight. It was a close fight the first time they met. Her kind of taking the torch from her on what will be a really high-profile pay-per-view. That could help, but women's sports, like Dean said, women's sports in general and women's boxing, it's got a ceiling. It's just got a ceiling of interest that people are going to have in it. Having a star helps, and like you said, having a villain to that star helps. But ultimately, I think it can only get so popular.
What are your predictions for this fight next week with AJ and Dubois? Like, it seems everyone's always saying that AJ's what should we say, not the favorite, but look at the year he's had. Like, look what he did to Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Took him less than 4 minutes to fucking destroy his legacy. But what would your predictions be?
It's an interesting fight. I've been thinking about it since you asked me to come on here, and thank you, by the way. But it's interesting because my immediate impulse is to say Joshua will win, and probably by a mid to late round stoppage. But Dubois is tough, man. You saw it in the Hrgovic fight. Everything Hrgovic did to Dubois in the first few rounds, Anthony Joshua can do for an entire fight. He can control distance. He has a great jab, great straight right hand, good technical skills. I think this could end up looking like the Ruiz rematch, maybe with a little more aggressive Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua's in shape, I think he'll win the fight, but I'm going to go more late round stoppage to unanimous decision. Dubois is durable. Dubois can hurt you. I was really impressed with the way he weathered the early storm against Hrgovic, but I don't think he's got enough to. I mean, look, the only guy who's really had it outside of a fluke knockout by Ruiz, the only guy who's had the skill to best Anthony Joshua is Alexander Usyk, and like we said, that's a special guy. And in that second fight, Joshua was able to hurt him to the body. He was able to get to him a little more. I don't think Dubois is the caliber of fighter that beats an Anthony Joshua outside of a lucky punch.
What about you, Ozzy?
Yeah, I said before. Oi, oi, oi. I think Joshua is the best fighter in the world, or heavyweight anyway. So I think if he's prepared and his mind's on the game, he's going to win a fight, whoever he takes on. But we have seen him have lapses in concentration or perhaps not preparing that well. So, and that's the thing about boxing. You do have to prepare right. You do have to be ready for your opponent. If they figure out a weakness that they can exploit, it doesn't take long. That's the beauty of boxing. You can knock someone out at any time. So I'll always pick Joshua going into a fight. I think he's that good. But if he's not ready, if he's not right, I'm not surprised if he loses it, but definitely Joshua all the way.
Well, and then, of course, the obvious thing in November, we've got this Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. As somebody that's watched Tyson have fights where you couldn't tell if he destroyed them, or like ended the brain then and there, this whole thing feels like a total farce to me. I've never watched the Jake Paul or Logan Paul fight. I'm not into that sort of stuff because I'm so tough. So, Dane, Ozzy, do you think this, I call him Ozzy, he doesn't want me saying his real name, which is Dane. Do you think that this Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight is a farce?
Absolutely. Of course it is. We all know Tyson's well past it. He had that thing with Roy Jones a while back, but like we've all seen where Tyson's in a fucking wheelchair because he can't get around and all that shit. Like it's a money grab. The Logan Paul stuff, look, there's plenty to suggest that there's fixing going on in those fights. There's plenty of evidence. But he's a decent boxer and he generates money. So who gives a fuck really? Like if these guys are getting paid, getting a payday, why not? But I don't see anything legitimate about this fight. It is literally just a payday.
Aaron, what do you think?
I agree with Aussie. But there's a lot of people. I mean, you talk to people who aren't big boxing fans that are really interested in this. You're going to talk to a lot of people who think it's 1987 and Mike Tyson's going to roll through Jake Paul. It's amazing to me to hear how many people believe that. When you put it in perspective, it was 20 years ago that Kevin McBride was able to make Mike Tyson quit on his stool. Jake Paul could probably be competitive with a 2004 Kevin McBride. I don't, and now we're 20 years past that. Anyone who thinks Mike Tyson has a chance, even a puncher's chance, is insane. We've seen that Jake Paul can box. He's got some skill. He's got enough athleticism. If Jake Paul gets knocked out by a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, it's time. It's done. The Jake Paul thing has to be over. This should be. I don't know what you guys think. I keep going back and forth. I think Jake Paul, if he doesn't stop Mike Tyson, just the age and the conditioning, if he doesn't stop Mike Tyson in some way, whether by knockout or quitting on his stool, I think it's actually kind of a moral loss for Jake Paul.
Probably, yeah. Just before we go on, we'll get some super chat questions. I'm sure they will be very friendly. And
of course.
Yeah. Here's from BYB. Will Nick steal slam piece from you next? Aaron, hashtag FH. I have no idea what FH means.
Stay away. Just stay away.
So that's a no?
She doesn't like drugs.
Oh.
Well, I think he's clean at the moment.
You can't use the hook, The same bait doesn't work this time. Different fish.
So thorough Joe Burrow for $4.99.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Aaron, speaking of UFC, how long does it take for you to choke out a woman? Block me here, tough guy.
if you make me a mod, that would be hilarious if I blocked him here. If you can't choke out a woman, have you felt how soft their necks are? If you can't do it in under a minute, you got to quit the game.
Jesus, I've never touched a woman. I have a AJ monument here for a reason. And then, of course, well, this isn't so much of a question. It's by Angosh. His nick is hot, and I do love Coke and Baldos.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
Those are a lot of lies in a very short statement.
It is quite good. The super chat system is always quite unique. But the thing, hold on a second. Nope.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet.
That's not confirmed.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if you mean just now, no, it was confirmed a long time ago. But yeah,
Wasn't confirmed today.
So, Dane, do you have any questions while we're here?
oh sure, yeah. Since Aaron's here, why not? Let's ask some questions. I actually genuinely want to ask about your show. I mean, we could, we could talk Vikings if you want to soften the blow a little bit, but no, I wanted to ask you about your show because like people are talking about the fact you did mention going back to radio in September. And look, I'll just give my own overview thoughts. It does come across at the moment, whether you like it or not, it comes across that you actually hate your show right now. Like I'm wondering, and a lot of people are wondering, what's next for your show? Is the radio thing still happening? Have you gone back and you just haven't told any of
It is. There was a little thing that happened back in May that we're gonna have to take care of before that all gets handled. But yeah, no, everything's great. I love doing my show. I get people kind of read a little too much into stuff on the internet. I get it. I just don't take the bait. And I think that's a lot of the big problem. I don't, hang around after the show and read shit and watch shit and stuff like that. So if that means it doesn't seem like I'm interested in it, I apologize. I'll put in a little more effort, but no, I still have a good time.
But there is a lot of examples of you, like you are honestly just sitting there going, we've got to hit this goal. Like the goal is kind of consuming what you are at the moment, and you're constantly back to that goal. And
well, yeah, I mean, you got to make enough money to keep going. But I have a good time doing it. I really do, and I do. I appreciate your concern. I'm not trying to belittle it or anything like that. I have a good time doing it. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, fair enough. I mean, yeah, if you're having a good hit the like button, cowherds. No, look, if you're having a good time and that's great, but yeah, it does seem interesting. You also did say, again, this is something that I saw on Twitter about 12 months ago. Well, not about exactly 12 months ago. You said if you're still begging for money in 12 months, that'd be the end of it. Have you seem to have changed?
There's a lot of shit that's changed in 12 months. Believe me, buddy. Yeah. And just like everything else I say, I'm allowed to change my mind whatever the fuck I want to. You
are allowed. So that's it. You just change your mind. Your attitude's changed. You're happy to just keep going after that goal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Does it bother you? Like, does it?
Oh my god! Like, is there a certain way you want me to answer you? Is there?
No. I'm just asking.
You had one question and I didn't answer it the way you wanted to. So now you're asking me kind of the same question 3 different ways.
No, it's
I wanted to come on here. I want to talk a little boxing with you. I thought that's what we were doing, and now. Is it?
No, it's just an interview process.
If you want to do an interview with me, I'd be glad to do an interview with you. That would be great. I'm not here to do an interview with you today. And I'll be honest with you, you trying to start an interview with me today under the pretext of this, I'm not impressed by it. I don't like. It seems a little backdoor shenanigans.
I mean, Husey invited me on the show, and I came on the show.
No, I'll do an interview with you. If you want to DM me or talk to me or anything, you want to set up an interview or something, we can do.
You want to do an interview tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern? I do my show.
The fucking Vikings are on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Vikings Day, my friend.
Not at 10 a.m. They're not at 10 a.m.
The whole day is Vikings Day. No, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of fucking around. I probably won't do an interview with you.
Oh, well,
I probably won't. You just kind of the whole way you kind of jumped on this when this was pitched is we're going to go on and talk boxing and shit today. I'm not impressed by it. I'm not impressed by how you went about doing this.
Hughes invited me on the show. It's not
well, not to interview me though. Not to interview me. It's kind of, no offense, kind of a scumbag move.
Scumbag move.
That's
All
how
right,
I kind of perceive it. Yeah.
Let's talk scumbag moves. What about you told a story about how you got like nose to nose.
No. I'm not gonna.
Nose
No,
to nose with your
we're not
wife
gonna
in
sit
an
here and
argument.
do fucking Aaron stories. If you want to sit here and impress, I don't know who you're trying to impress.
I'm not
If
trying to
you wanna
impress
sit
anyone.
here
I'm
and
asking
run
a
through
question.
everything I've ever done, I'm not interested. I'll be honest. If you want to cut it here, we can cut it here, and then we can keep going. If you want to make this about all the problems I have with Aaron Imholte, figure that out on your own time.
Okay, Aaron, that's fine.
Any issues, if you say one more fucking word about any problem you have with me, I'll be glad to take off. I got better shit to do. But if you want to drop it now and we can keep going, then you can drop it now and we can keep going.
Okay, Aaron, you've laid your cards on the table. I accept that.
Okay.
Right? You don't want to talk about this stuff. You don't want someone to challenge you.
That's not what I came here to talk about. I'll talk about it on my show.
That's fine. This is
talk about
show.
it somewhere else.
Can I talk, please? I just let you talk. Can I talk?
If you're going to say one more fucking word about me or anything you were trying to do with me or anything else, no, I'm not going to let you talk. Because honestly, it was kind of a shitty, underhanded way to try and bring up issues you have with me. I don't know who you are.
I don't have issues with you.
I'm not familiar with you, but now you're asking me all this shit about me on a show where I'm a guest. I didn't come here to be interviewed by whoever the fuck you are.
I'm just asking questions people want answered, Aaron. That's
then they can watch they can watch my show and they can ask them.
Okay, but Aaron, it's fine. This is Hughesy's show, and I don't want to ruin Hughesy's show and have his guests walk off because of me. So if you're not going to answer my questions, then fine. I'll drop it. It's fine. You've stated who you are here today. You are a coward and don't want to answer my questions. That's fine.
You are complete chicken shit. Oh, you are cute. Anymore. I'm sorry you didn't get the one-on-one sit down with Aaron that you wanted. I apologize.
I got invited on the show and I said, absolutely, I'll take the opportunity to talk to Aaron.
Kind of shitty, though, for you to agree to go on someone else's show and then go, I want to ask questions to Aaron on Hughesy's show. It is kind of a chicken shit move, though. Like you're kind of a bitch for doing it that way.
For getting invited on the show and coming on the show.
Well, because it seems like you had ulterior motives. Like, come on, when I get it, dude. Everyone operates that way when it comes to me. I'll go on Hughesy's show, and I'll get to sneak in a few questions about Aaron that I saw on Reddit. Dude,
how would I have known about this if Hughes didn't invite
Mike Tyson, you're kind of a rat fuck piece of shit. Like it's kind of a bitch move.
Oh, I'm a rat fuck.
You're kind of a rat fuck piece of shit. You're a little bit of a rat fuck piece of shit.
Your wife in because she left you. She decided
that's what you wanted to do. I got you to admit it. That's what you wanted to come here for. You didn't give a shit about Hughesy's show. You didn't give a shit about what he wanted to do.
You just called me a rat. You just called me a rat.
You wanted to talk about Aaron. You wanted to talk about me.
Of course, Aaron. Of course.
Thank you for admitting it.
You've got all this crazy shit going on in your life.
I do.
Why wouldn't I want to talk about it?
The Steel Toe Morning Show, 6 to 10 a.m. Central Time, to hear all about it instead of Dean Hoozits from Australia.
How did you know his surname?
Yeah,
I investigate everybody.
Oh,
yeah. That's all right. No, that's fine. If you're not gonna. Yeah,
that's the fourth time you said it's fine. Are you sure it's fine, Dean? Are you sure?
It is absolutely fine.
You haven't made up your mind. The last 3 times you said it was fine, you kept going. Are you sure it's fine?
Well, I kept going because you kept going. If you're going to keep going, I'll keep going. Yeah, you were the one who said I'm not going to talk about any of this.
I started the Aaron questions. You're right, Dean. Now, is it fine? I want to make sure.
Again, I haven't asked you any more questions. I've just responded to what you said. Like, you called me a rat. So I
called you a rat fuck piece of shit.
All right. Well, yeah, rat fuck piece of shit. Yeah. So I just wanted to respond.
And
with you being a rat fuck piece of shit.
Stand by that statement.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm a rat fuck piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never ever sold out.
You and I agree on that one.
With some fucking internet views. I've never done that. So
you give it a shot. It actually can be kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I love my wife and I respect her. And
that shit's overrated. You gay. Yeah. I love my wife. Oh, yuck.
Is this a good time to go to Super Chats?
Yeah, let's check out a few Super Chats.
Nice podcast, stupid. This is going great. Another win for the toe.
Always.
Always. Here's one that'll go down well. From, I can't remember who. Yeah. Aaron is a tiny pain. I think that's the thing that people write with. Nick makes me geezer.
A
Is that what
geezer
that?
makes her elderly.
Oh, there we go. And then this one's from
Stimulants can age people.
Citizen M. Aaron's a genuine cowherd through and through. So
Hey man, that's what I do. I book myself on other people's shows so I can ask the guest questions.
I didn't
Like
book
a real
myself.
man.
I didn't book myself. I got invited
To talk to me.
Now,
If I would have gotten it,
to talk to you and Husey.
Now, if I would have gotten to a thing, if I would have gotten a thing from Husey that says, "Hey, you want to come on with me? My buddy Dean reads a lot of shit about you and wants to talk about you and wants to interview you and wants to use boxing as like a subterfuge to it." Then we could have done this. But that's not what you did.
Well, I'd say that you should be mad at Husey, not me.
I never could be mad at Husey. He's way more likable.
I couldn't contact you, Aaron. I'm blocked. You've blocked me, so
because you were probably a cunt.
I couldn't give you a heads up about
so
this.
Wait, so you're blocked? So you're saying this is not the first time you've been a rat fuck piece of shit?
No, I mean I tagged you in the tweet where
I'm sure
I clipped your story about getting in your wife's face and yelling at her while you're in her face. I clipped that story and I tagged you and I said how abusive and disgusting this behavior.
Everyone who's ever been blocked has never done anything wrong. I just did this. I've never.
No, I literally just spelled out what I did. I clipped the story of you abusing your wife. And I tagged you and I said, I think you're garbage for this.
Okay. And now you got to go on a show and you got to say that.
Yes, I got to tell you to your face.
And I still think you're a rat fuck piece of shit.
That's great, dude. I'm happy for you to feel that way.
But the fact that you did it like a little bitch is my I'm a bitch,
Aaron. I'm a bitch. Does that change the fact that there's two women you're not allowed to talk about because you're so harassive and abusive? You're not allowed to talk about. Does that change that fact that I'm a rat fuck
that's a fact. That's 100% a fact. You are a boilerplate. Like you are a stereotype. You're not even a real guy. You're just kind of an amalgamation of message boards. That's you're just kind of an ooze. You're kind of an amorphous blob.
Well, I tell you what, I've never been to Kiwi Farms, but that's where we found the documents about your harassment.
I thought you've never been to
where
Kiwi.
Your wife. No, that's what I said. That's where they were found, and then they appeared on Reddit and all that. Where there's documents suggesting that your ex-wife, April Imholte.
You know what? And I got to tell you, buddy, ex-wives never lie. Ex-wives never lie. But you know what? I get it. You didn't like me when you came in here, so you look for things that could have confirmation bias. You go to imright.com. You go, there could never be another side to this story. It has to be what I need to believe about Aaron. It's okay, dude. I've met.
Court documents that said you choked your wife and headbutted your wife. My confirmation bias from court documents.
I'll be honest with you. There's 1,000 people just like you that operate the exact same way. I'm not impressed by them. I'm certainly not impressed by you. And I understand. And I understand that feeling's mutual, buddy. And I tell you what, next time, be a man. Fucking say what you want to do.
I've done that before, and you blocked me.
Because you're a cunt. You're always a piece of shit. If you're always behaving like a cunt, it's going to be hard for me to want to talk to you. And people in general in your life, you'll find this. If you're going to come at them with the energy of a piece of shit and a cunt and a kind of a backroom dealing, like I said, rat fuck piece of shit, which is pretty accurate, they're not going to want to talk to you.
No, that's a shame.
But you're welcome for that free advice.
Is this
I love your advice. Like,
now, what do you think about the big
Canelo
fight?
Is this a bad time to invite you back on early for a Christmas special?
Definitely, I'll do it anytime.
Oh God, you think this guy's no? This guy's fine. I'll sit on a screen with this guy anytime.
There's a super chat here that should be addressed because I think it's a little bit unfair. Citizen M, I watched Steel Till Morning Show. Believe me, Aaron doesn't answer these questions there. He doesn't have to. He's never confronted with anything real. But at the same time, you do address a lot of this stuff.
Right.
But then on the other hand, there's only certain stuff you can actually say.
Yeah.
But how would you respond to Citizen M's comment?
I think
Thank you very much.
Anyone who's delusional enough to think that I don't address uncomfortable topics is probably a little too biased and maybe out of their mind. Maybe a little too filled with Aaron hate, and maybe they got their blinders on a little bit. I think anyone who's actually watched knows I'm an open book. Let's put it that way. A lot more so than maybe others would be who level that criticism against me.
Well, I can't read. Here's Dabbling John. Ask Aaron why he doesn't display his chats. Well,
because I'm technologically retarded and I don't know how to do it on OBS. And I don't like StreamYard.
Or is it that you don't necessarily want to read exactly what's read?
I read every single one of them. Oh, Dean, did you go to Reddit again?
No, I'm just asking. People say
really
these things. I'm asking questions that people want answered, Aaron.
You are a regurgitating like Reddit monster, though. Like you don't have any like thoughts of your own. Literally every thought you have about me comes from a Reddit page. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm used to it. I think it's cute, but it's just you're kind of like I said, you're kind of a stereotype to me. Like so you're not really a guy.
If someone challenges you and asks you questions and wants you to respond, that's your immediate thing is I'm a Reddit fool. I'm a sheep that just follows what everyone else.
I'm sorry that you guys all say the same shit. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but if the shoe fits, Dean, you gotta wear it.
But you
guys are all the fucking same. Here's where you guys. It's kind of what you did today. You were a perfect example of it. You ask a question. You get an answer you don't like, so you ask it 2 or 3 different ways, and then when the answer is the same, you go, "He won't answer my questions." I just don't.
Did I cry?
My honest thought, you did come off as kind of a bitch. No offense, like the way you even snuck the questions into the show, you were being a bitch. And then after you didn't get the answer you wanted, you trying to keep passively aggressively rephrasing the question is also a bitch move. No offense, Dean. I think you're a bitch. I'm sorry. I think you're a bitch.
Hey, Aaron, I don't care. That's fine. You
kind of care because you're still here and you still want to talk about me.
Yeah, of course, man.
My opinion matters.
This is going to get views.
The difference between you and me, Dean, is my opinion matters to you. That's
the difference, Aaron. It really does.
Stop it. You wouldn't be here if it didn't. Come on, at least be honest. You've been a rat fuck piece of shit the whole time. Liberate yourself. Dean, liberate yourself. I know why you're here to talk to me. I get it, honey. But
I'm here because my problem is Stalin 19, So Thorough, Joe Burrow. All these people are about to clip it, and my face and name are going to be out there now, and I'm going to get a bump.
And you know what you're going to do with it? Jack shit, because it's all about me. Yeah, none of it has to do with you, Dean. No offense. If you are nothing but a fucking conduit to me.
Yeah, if I've got no talent, this won't work. But I'm here because this will get views, this will get clicks. That's why you do this.
Clear, I didn't say you don't have talent. I said you're a rat fuck piece of shit. You're not listening. Dean, you are not paying attention. The fact
I'm definitely paying attention.
Whether or not you have talent is not the question. The idea is you're a bitch. You're a rat fuck piece of shit. There's plenty of bitches out there who have talent. QZ excluded.
Hey. Aaron, why did you buy a woman's jersey from So Thorough, Joe Burrow?
How dare you? This is a very masculine fit.
Yeah.
Oh, very.
I like it. It's something I enjoy.
Ask Dean. He studies me. How do I look today, sweetheart? Fucking Dean. Shut up, Dean. I wasn't actually asking.
Okay.
$5 from Ozone. Thank you very much. I thought a real man confesses to police what they did wrong, especially when they send a pic live on YouTube in front of everyone.
Husey, if you, like I said, when you asked me to do this, there's shit I can talk about and there's shit I can't.
Exactly.
Thank you, buddy.
It's just like...
Are you saying that you didn't send a pic? Is that your defense?
There's things I can talk about and there's things I can't.
No, it's fine.
Hey, look, another chicken shit question. Rat fuck.
I was just asking if that's your defense, but if you don't want to answer that, it's fine. I know it's legal.
I believe there.
I don't want to get you in legal trouble.
Aggressive cunt again.
I don't want to get you in legal
answered
trouble.
the fucking question. Yeah, you didn't like the answer, so you ask it again. Dean, you're a stereotype, dude. I can almost you're like a pull string doll. I know what's coming out of you before it comes out.
I just asked if that would be your defense that you never sent the pic, but if
I didn't say anything was or wasn't,
that's fine. It's legal. I understand that. I'm not looking to get you in any trouble, Aaron. I'm not.
Oh, I know, Dean. You just care about me so much. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not saying that either. But I don't want to get a guy in legal trouble. I'm not interested in that.
I don't care what you want. No
Great,
offense.
great, good. I know you don't care about me. It's fine.
$2 from Stephen Bravo. Why? Crimea Riven, Aaron FU. I didn't realize you were going to Ukraine. I get it.
That's mean spirited.
It is. It's from Speedrun Melendez. What was that? Canadian dollars? What about next side of the story, Aaron?
What the fuck do I fucking know about his? I don't know. Ask him.
Yeah.
Well, forget about Nick, because fuck Nick. I don't care about Nick, right? And if you want to have a vendetta against,
Yeah, but
Nick,
if you could get on a podcast with him, you sure would.
absolutely, I would. Of course, I would. Are you insane? Why? Of course. But no, in all honesty,
just be a rat. Like, be a rat and admit you are one. Don't fight my allegation. Like, you are kind of a rats are creatures of survival. It's not totally an
I'm a
insult.
rat. Yes,
Yeah,
I did. Husey invited me on, and I said yes. This would be a great opportunity to ask Aaron questions, and
I said I wanted to just come on and talk boxing. I wasn't going to talk about myself.
Well, you didn't. You never said that to me, and nobody's told me that, so that's fine. But honest question: what did April do to you that made you decide
Dean,
that she deserved to go to jail?
Dean, no offense, I'm not talking about any of that shit today.
Okay, fine. Husey, come back. He doesn't want to talk.
Because that's the fifth fine, Dean. That's the fifth fine. You're not fine, Dean. You're not fine.
I mean, I'll continue to try and ask questions.
You needed me, Dean, and I'm not giving it to you.
Around, I'll keep asking questions, Dad. Yeah, no, I'll continue to try and ask questions.
I'm not.
Husey,
I'm telling you right now, buddy. I'm not talking about. I'm here to talk about what I came to talk about. I've already put up with enough of Dean's nonsense. Can you please, Husey, can you please stop putting that name up there too?
Yes.
I'd appreciate.
Did we hit the goal yet?
I mean, you shouldn't react, Aaron. You shouldn't react.
I shouldn't react, Dean.
By making a point of saying, please don't put that name, people go, what is that name?
Dean, thank you very much for your advice. I appreciate it so much.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm fucking around, Dean. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Oh, geez. Well, the old bait and switch.
Oh, Dean, you silly goose. You dumb Aussie cunt.
Come on, you can't call him a goose.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Seamus McInnes, for $5. You need super tips on your show. Nobody likes onions. Is Melton has a great system with AI voices. Hi, Aaron. Hi, soon to be slammed around piece.
I forgot. I got to get in that character. I'm aggressive and I beat women. This is what Dean wants. Hold on. Oh, that's me.
No, I don't want you silly.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Dean. I just had to do that for you. He has a great super tips program. He also, I think, is looking into opening a daycare. I've heard that. I don't know.
Speaking of which, the dark side of the Dabbleverse was something that I spoke about on the most recent episode that is available now for free with Carl from WATP and Lemmy, who's got a set of eyes on her. $2, Aaron got cooked.
Oh, I think Dean got put in his place pretty well today. No offense. Dean didn't know he was a rat fuck piece of shit till today.
Everyone's gonna have their version of events, Aaron.
I've actually helped Dean a lot.
You have, Aaron.
You've
helped me for the last 2 months. You've helped grow my channel. I'll admit it. I've clout chased off you. I've been doing shows.
Oh, dude, everybody clout chases off of me. Yeah, that's totally fine. I've wished all of them well. I just wish they could all be honest with themselves, and I hope you are.
Absolutely, Aaron.
Your citizen name for $2. You know how to guilt Aaron shaking like a leaf. I wouldn't say you were.
I think I've actually enjoyed this pretty well. I think Dean and Citizen M and people like them, they kind of have their Aaron glasses on and whatever they need to see out of me. And I don't mind. I am whatever they need me to be, and they convince themselves of it. And I'm kind of used, like the last 2 years, I've gotten very used to it. I kind of understand how the game goes. I am whatever they need me to be, and I'm happy to be it.
I'm going to actually do it.
Dean, shut up. Nobody was talking to you. I was talking about you. There's a difference. I've given you enough.
I cannot put together the masterpieces that Citizen M puts together, so I'm nothing.
And you know what I love about Citizen M? Always fair, always in context.
Good point, Mike. Good point.
Mike, that is the best point made all day, outside of rat fuck piece of shit.
Just as a quick plug, I have to say that everyone should check out the audio version of this episode because I will be putting the Rocky IV soundtrack from the montage at the end when these two are going toe to toe. It will be great. Chuck Spears for $5. It's but a beautiful photograph. You're turning into an even poorer stunt Joe, Aaron, hack criminal.
I'll tell you this. I've been hearing that for 2 years too. I'm waiting for that one to come true. I'm sorry to make you guys wait so long for all your predictions. You've nailed a couple, but some of the bigger ones, I'm making you wait a little longer. I'll try to speed it up.
I don't think you're.
You got to admit, I'm a pretty good heel for you guys. I mean,
you're a good loco. You're a good loco.
You guys pretty fucking good. You guys are always frustrated, always angry.
We have a good
pretty
time.
good job of healing it up for you guys. I'll be honest, you don't seem like you're having a good time.
I'm having a fucking great time.
There seems to be a lot of anger, hostility, and time invested, which I'm honored. Don't get me wrong, I'm honored. But
as a female, you're a see you next Tuesday, Aaron. I don't know.
And I'm sure that's an opinion you changed from before I was on here.
Another nice one from Jessica Flatcat, the Jessica Flatcat. I hope. Why? Oh, jeez. Right further chronic liar. Snitch Fax Major Simp. I love that David Bowie song.
That could have been in code. That could have been put together a little more organized. Come on, if you're gonna be one of the more well-known Aaron haters, at least get your thoughts together clearly.
Oh, new membership, Corndiff. Thank you very much.
Corndiff.
Good, a good boy.
He's a good guy.
Hughesy, give me your best April voice impression. All right, here I'll go. Aaron Imholte, we used to be married and do a show together, but now we've broken up. I think that
that's really good.
Thank you. Aussie guy with the with the KO stub toe.
I gotta be honest. So Thorough Joe Burrow is definitely a non-biased source. I know this.
Yeah.
That guy.
I gotta be honest.
That guy's very fair.
Pretty much anybody that says that, you're going to say they're a biased source, but anyone says that you did
So Thorough Joe Burrow is
they're objective and they're
Dean. Come on, Dean. So Thorough Joe Burrow is a big steel toe fan.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry that some of this shit, Dean. I'm sorry that some of the stuff I say about you guys is true. I apologize. But don't just because I say it doesn't mean it's horseshit. I mean, you guys are quite obsessive. You can't have it both ways. You can't obsess over me and then get mad when I say you guys are obsessive and biased. You can't have it both ways, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, and if that's upsetting or you guys want to go back and complain about that, you can. What I recommend you do,
we're gonna have a good time with this.
Celebrate this as a big W for yourselves and don't worry so much about the fact that I called you a rat fuck piece of shit and kind of called out what you did before you got to do it. No offense.
Just to interrupt you, Aaron. I know Aaron was about to ask me, Hughesy, what's behind the memberships? Well, that's a good question you asked. That's why I put the full video episodes with this will be going behind the membership tier. So if you become a member, it'll be there to rewatch. Aaron, you're not doing great from a Devil's Joint. I don't know.
I think I'm very happy with my performance today. We got to kind of call out Dean for what he was going for. He tried the passive approach, and I appreciated it, but I'm kind of too well versed in that, and we were able to sniff it out.
You mean I tried to be civil and have a genuine...
You didn't... Oh, Dean, stop it. See, that's what I don't respect about you guys. You guys go, oh, I'm trying to be civil. Stop being sniveling cunts. Admit what you are. That's what
I could have come out. I could have come straight out the gate and said...
did. Stop it.
You abused your wife and you ran her off.
See, you're doing it passively like a bitch, Dean.
I didn't even get to the April questions. You got all uptight about
I didn't come here to do the April questions. I came here to do a boxing show. So I'm sorry.
You got spooked by me asking about your show. Where it's going and,
I'm sorry
and your radio gig and all that.
Dean show.
Steve Browler for $2. Not another win for the Minnesota Slow. I have to say that another win for the toe is a saying that I actually walk around saying around the house amongst
very marketable. It's very marketable.
It is good. Tiff, thank you for becoming a member. Enjoy all those hours of full video interviews. Aaron acts like a broad, then he's scared, LOL.
Yes. That's why I called out Dean for what he was trying to do. Oh, thanks, guys.
Seamus McGuinness has become a member. Thank you very much. And I think that, well, there's one here. I'm going to pop it up because they super chatted it. And I will have to take that away quickly. Aaron, you did say 50 minutes, and we've hit the minute of the goal. I was expecting the chat to be good. This went great. Thank you so much, Aaron, for coming on. Hopefully we could.
I had an awesome time, Husey. It was a lot of fun. Dean, you tried your best. You represented your crew pretty well.
Thanks, man.
I think there's some things you can build on for next time, but you're going to get that opportunity.
I'm not going to get that.
You're going to come back stronger next time, Dean.
Seriously, come on my show. Come on my show. Let's do it.
What is your show?
When all your legal troubles all out of the way, and you can actually talk.
What's the name of your show?
It's called United States of Australia.
What is it?
United States of Australia.
Never heard of it. I'll have to check it out.
Of course, not many people have. I'm a tiny show, man. I'm not.
No. Dean, I'm a tiny show. So you got to I'm what a tiny show is. So whatever you are below what I am, that's less than a tiny show.
I can't argue with that.
You got a ways to go before you earn the title of a tiny show.
So much bigger than me, Aaron. That is so.
No. I'm a nobody. So
I know. No, I get it.
Whatever level below that you are, you have to build up to know.
I know. I understand. Like, I get it.
You're going to get there. You just got to develop a little more honesty. That's it.
Good.
I've
had a good time, man. I've had a good time. Genuinely had a good time with you, Aaron.
Dean, you've been a blast.
You've been great.
You've been a hoot.
So have you. It's been great. I've had.
I know. I was fantastic today. I was on fire.
You were on fire. Crushed.
I think I was good too.
You were great.
You were middling.
But remember that part where I played the Conan clip? I mean, I haven't done that.
Good. That was pretty good.
I like Hughley because I like bearing him.
Oh, and people don't realize Dean and I actually hang out.
We do.
So
exactly.
I was at Stoney's screaming homo, chanting homo.
Dean started the chant that got this whole thing going.
Yeah, indeed.
Y'all out here raising his blood pressure. I'm sure he'll have a good day today, though, to relax and chill out. I know I will be. Strictly Come Dancing is back. Dean, the Aussie guy, I forgot the code. Why don't you give your plugs, which I will then, of course, add down in the description box below.
Thank you. So United States of Australia on YouTube, youtube.com/@United States of Australia. Yeah, please sub. We need the subs. We need the watch hours to get us up there and, start making a difference. But thank you, Aaron. You've helped.
Wait, you don't have enough subs and watch hours yet? Tell you what, why don't you send me an email? Tell me what you need from me to promote you so that we can get you there.
Just mention it on your show. Just say United States of Australia on your show. Do it.
All right. No, I need you to send me specific plugs because it sounds like I've got my work cut out for me.
All right. No, that's fair. No, if you're willing to do it, what's your email address?
I'll send it to you.
How about unblock? I'll give my Twitter in a minute. Unblock me on Twitter. We can fucking DM. How about that?
Yeah. And then you send me an email.
Yeah.
And I'll try to use whatever ability I have to get your channel monetized.
That'd be awesome.
Because if you're going to obsess over me, you should at least get paid for your trouble.
I should, shouldn't I?
I think so. I think everybody who obsesses over me should at least get paid for their trouble.
Thank you. I appreciate that. United States. We're also on podcast platforms. Check us out.
And could you please incorporate rat fuck piece of shit into your program?
I'll call it. That's the title of tomorrow's episode.
That's a fun name. That should at least be a title of an episode or a T-shirt.
Tomorrow's episode. That will be the title. I promise you. I'll do that for you. I've just started up a new show with Eckel Pineapple.
Lemmy, and yes, I'm interrupting you on purpose. Lemmy, no more Russia or Berlin airlift documentaries for you if you don't pipe the fuck down. Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry.
Just fuck, Kaylee. Is that
cool?
I'm in. Let's go.
Whoa. Dean, back to your show. What's it called?
Thank you. The new show with Eckel Pineapple called What's Your Handle?
Who's that guy? Who's he?
Echo Pineapple. He's one of the new
Was
filters.
Echo Pineapple?
Echo.
Echo?
EKUL. Yeah,
You
Echo.
talk weird.
Thanks. So that show
What's his
is
gimmick? Like he is a pineapple, and then he talks about like pineapple shit and produce and all that.
no. It's just the
Oh,
filter.
it sounds like
he
a good
uses.
show. It should be monetized.
Well, I haven't actually explained what the show is.
I'm waiting for you to explain it, Dean. Come on, we're
thanks,
letting you talk.
thanks. Yeah, good point. We're going back through the
So
Ricky
you and the
Gervais
pineapple
show,
do a
and
show. What's it called?
It's called What's Your Handle? Anyway, check it
What's
out. That's
your
on
angle?
tomorrow morning.
What's your angle?
Handle. I'm doing it in a
Handle?
British accent. Yeah.
What's your handle, guys? What's your handle with Echo Pineapple?
Yes, that'll do. Yeah, check
Right.
it out. Echo Pineapple's
Where
channel.
can you find it?
On Echo Pineapple's channel, Echo Pineapple with a 3 at the end instead of an E.
Echo
Yeah.
Pineapple with a 3, guys.
Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, and on
What do you
Twitter,
guys talk- What do you guys talk about on the Echo Pineapple show?
the Ricky Gervais podcast. Anyway, on Twitter or X.
No,
I
you're
am-
kidding. You don't actually do that.
Yeah, that's.
You
well, we
really just talk.
It's
Do you
episode
do
2.
any shows about shit you do, or is it all just about other people?
Well, look, we do talk on United States.
Are
Australia.
you
We're
like
tangentially
nobody
sports.
likes
We talk
onions
sports.
except you don't obsess over young children?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I
That's
don't
okay.
do the.
That's
I don't do
understandable.
the kid fucking jokes.
You're a lot slimmer than he is, though.
I'm definitely a lot slimmer than Patrick
Yeah.
Milton. Yeah.
And how about And how about Echo Pineapple? Is he a svelte guy as well?
He's a pineapple filter, so I don't
Right.
actually know what he.
You should start another show, and this is a novel idea.
Mm.
Make it about Stuttering John. I feel like that market's really going to boom.
That is so boring right now.
Oh,
I'm
come
so
on!
I'm so.
I
past
think that
right
whole
now.
bubble's about to swell. I don't
No,
think we've
they're
seen the peak of
They're
it yet.
talking about his tattoo for crying out loud. Like, who gives a shit?
Oh, what's
whether
his tattoo? Is it of a pineapple?
No, it's a Viking, and
Oh, well, that's interesting. Husey, 4 weeks on that. Go.
Fucking
Anyway,
tattoo looks silly.
on X, I'm at that sussy guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be.
That saucy guy?
Sussy, yeah.
Saucy guy. All right. Saucy
Imagine-
guy on Twitter, guys. Follow
Imagine
Saucy
that.
guy on Twitter.
Imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be.
That saucy guy on Twitter. And I should unblock the saucy guy.
That sussy guy, yeah.
All right. That's saucy.
Yeah. Or Dean. So, Aaron, what plugs do you have?
Galloway of Perth, Australia. There you go. The whole name.
I know where that area is. Perth, that's just around the corner from, New Zealand. So, Aaron, what plugs do you have for the live viewers, and then the ones who will be maybe clicking on them down below in the description box?
Honestly, people like Dean do my work for me. So go find Dean. You'll find me.
There you go. Yep.
There you go. Well, listen, I had a great time doing this, and I'm pretty sure you did too. We've almost gone an hour.
I'll be honest. I think Dean and I both had a lot of fun.
Definitely. Yeah. I had a great time.
And nobody backed down, nobody get pushed around. I think it was a very even. I would if this was a Rocky, this would be Rocky 6, which was the best one, despite what anybody actually. No, it wasn't actually. Rocky 4 is the best one. Rocky 6 was good, but I'd rate this a 10. I want to thank all the people who were watching live in the chat for becoming members. I want to thank anyone who was leaving in super chats. I had a great time. And for anyone watching or interested, on Thursday, the current plan is to do another live stream, which, unless things don't work out, it's going to be Bob Levy, Vince Russo, and piece of shit Ray DeVito. We'll be doing a bit of back and forth about all kinds of stuff. Thank you all for listening. Go to end the stream, and it's Husey. Bye bye.